Alright guys, welcome to Dreaming Scotland. I'm doing a brand new series of videos on this channel, answering some of the most common questions that I receive about Scotland, and I've come into the wilderness to answer this very specific question. It comes up quite often, and I've wrote a whole blog post all about this. Down below, dreamingofscotland.net, you'll find the link. But I thought I'd just make this quick video to take you through it as well, in video, alright? The question is, are there bears in Scotland? And I'm speaking quite quietly because we're in bear territory right now. There are bears here. The answer is yes, there are bears in Scotland, and also no. Let me get into that, but first of all I want to take you to see two of the most famous bears that we have in Scotland right now. I need to be quiet because they could just sneak up on me. But they're not going to do that actually, because we're at Edinburgh Zoo. And we're here to see two of the most famous and most popular bears that we have right here in Scotland. Unfortunately, within the next couple of weeks they're actually going home to China. We're here to see the famous giant pandas that we have right here in Edinburgh. And this is it, the giant pandas are up here behind us. Never seen them before, this will be a first time and last, because like I said, next week they're going back home to China. Edinburgh's two giant pandas, Yangwang and Tian Tian, meaning sunshine and Mandarin, were loaned to the Edinburgh Zoo by China. Something the Chinese government does with a variety of zoos around the world in a soft and cuddly diplomacy mission. That's the female one, she's smaller over there. Let's see if we can see the boy over here in the corner. That's a lot of people. The pandas have been a much loved feature of Edinburgh Zoo, but as the 10-year loan has come to an end, with a 2-year extension following the COVID pandemic, they're returning back home to China in December 2023. During the period of their loan, there were 8 unsuccessful attempts made to breed the pair, which was always a part of the mission, but sadly it didn't come to fruition. So those were two of the most famous bears that we have here in Scotland. Hopefully you enjoyed visiting them. That was my first time ever visiting them, to be honest with you. They've been here for 12 years now. I can't believe I've waited this long until like the week before they have to go home, back to China, to come and visit, because they're very cute and very awesome. And they'll be missed here in Edinburgh. But to answer the question then, do we have bears in Scotland? Are there bears in Scotland? Yes and no. We have many bears in captivity in Scotland. I'll take you through some of them. And there's also a lot of bear statues in Scotland, which are also quite famous for different reasons depending on which bear statue we're talking about. I'll take you through some of them as well. But long and short of it is, yes, there are bears in Scotland, but no, there are no bears in the wild in Scotland. Not anymore. Hundreds and thousands of years ago there were bears, there were thought to be bears in the wild in Scotland, and I believe they've actually found skeletons of wild bears that roamed these lands, but many years ago. Nowadays there are no bears, definitely no bears in the wild. You can walk through the forest and you're not going to see a bear. You're not going to come across a bear, you're not going to be attacked by a bear, because there are no bears. Not in the wild. So that is the short version of this answer. But like I said, there is a longer version because, well, I've shown you the pandas already, but there are more iconic bears in Scotland, like the pandas that I just showed you, that we need to get into in this video. Let me take you through them. Moving up to the Scottish Highlands now, and the Highland Wildlife Park. There are 4 polar bears at the Highland Wildlife Park: Walker, Arctos, Victoria, and our cub Brody. After mating with Arctos, Victoria gave birth to Hamish, the first polar cub bear to be born in the UK for over 25 years. Hamish moved to Yorkshire Wildlife Park in October 2020, but his little brother Brody was born in December 2021. We're moving to the east coast of Scotland now to show you the Dun Bear, created by the same artist as the famous Kelpies, Andy Scott. This bear sculpture recognises the birthplace of John Muir, who was born in Dunbar, but who lived for most of his life in the United States of America, and was the founder of many of its national parks. So I'm here down in Edinburgh city centre, in Princes Street Gardens actually. It is Christmas time and all the lights are on. Look at that, the whole place is looking stunning. And I found another Scottish bear, a bear right here in Edinburgh city centre, just over there. I'm going to show you him. That there is Washek. I'm not sure exactly if I'm pronouncing that properly. Washek over there with his minder is a Polish bear. And it's a statue of a bear that we've got right here in Edinburgh city centre. A very famous bear and a very important bear. Let me tell you a story. Washtek's journey to Scotland was perhaps unlikely. A bunch of Polish soldiers who were serving in 1943, who adopted the brown bear cub when they were on a mission in Iran, decided to make it as their mascot. As the fighting intensified for the soldiers, the fully grown brown bear had learned to salute, carry supplies, and was drinking beer. He even wrestled with soldiers. But as soldiers were forbidden from bringing a pet into active combat, the bear had to actually join the army and so was enlisted to the rank of private. The name Washek is a common name in Poland meaning joyful warrior. Private Washek famously fought during the Battle of Monte Cassino. He helped move crates of ammunition with two hands, standing upright, which led to a major success to the road to Rome for the Allies. Washek had become a massively popular feature among the Polish soldiers, but after the war, these men didn't want to return to the Soviet Union, so many of them settled in Scotland and they brought Washtek with them. But as their company was demobilised, Washtek was moved to a new home in Edinburgh Zoo, where he lived and died at the age of 22 until 1963. During his time at Edinburgh Zoo, he was a much loved feature and many of his Polish brothers in arms visited him regularly at the zoo. So that was the story of the birds and the bees and the bears in Scotland, or lack of wild bears in Scotland, but plenty of iconic bears here in Scotland nonetheless, from real living ones in the zoos and other parks, and the very many statues we've got around Edinburgh as well, and a meerkat. So thank you for watching, great to see you. Don't forget to check out our newsletter, there's a link down below. I would love it if you would join us there for great exclusive content every week, and also check out the Dreaming of Scotland website, dreamingofscotland.net, for the full blog post with all the information you need to know about bears in Scotland and lots of other stuff about Scotland. So see you over there, and thanks for watching, and we'll speak soon. Take care.